Hi, in this lecture we are going to solve the CBSE Sample Paper 2019. So let's get going. Question 1. Find the value of A for which point P A by 3, 2 is the midpoint of the line segment joining the points Q minus 5, 4 and R minus 1, 0. So let's solve it. Solution. So given points are Q minus 5, 4 and R minus 1, 0. Now the midpoint of QR will be given by x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2, which will be minus 5 minus 1 by 2, 4 by 2, which will be minus 6 by 2, that will be minus 3, and 4 by 2 will be 2. But P is given to be what? P is given to be A by 3, 2. So this should be equal to this. So therefore A by 3 should be equal to minus 3. This means A should be equal to minus 3 into 3 equal to minus 9. Question 2. Find the value of K for which one root of the quadratic equation kx squared minus 14x plus 8 is equal to 0 is 2. So what is the given equation? Kx squared minus 14x plus 8 equal to 0. Let's call it 1. Now since x equal to 2 is a root of equation 1, therefore x equal to 2 will satisfy this equation, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to substitute x equal to 2 in equation 1. Therefore k x square minus 14x plus 8 equal to 0, or this will be 4k minus 28 plus 8 equal to 0, or 4k will be equal to minus 28 plus 8 will be minus 20. We take it to the other side, becomes plus 20. So k will be equal to 20 by 4 equal to 5. Another option for question 2 is this. Find the value or values of k for which the equation x squared plus 5kx plus 16 equal to 0 has real and equal roots. So first of all, let's write the given equation. X squared plus 5kx plus 16 equal to 0. Let's call it 1 again. Now for this equation to have equal roots, the discriminant of this equation should be equal to 0, right? So what will be the discriminant of this equation? Discriminant D will be equal to b square minus 4ac, right? Equal to b square. What is b here? It's 5k square minus 4. A is 1 here, C is 16 here. Okay, this should be equal to 0 for real and equal roots. This implies 25k square minus 64 should be equal to 0, or k square should be equal to, we take 64 to the other side, becomes plus 64, and then we shift this 25 to the other side, it'll go in division. This implies k will be equal to plus minus root over 64 by 25. This will be plus minus root over 64 is 8, root over 25 is 5. So there'll be two values of k, plus 8 by 5 and minus 8 by 5. Now many students would forget to put this plus minus, so be sure you put this plus minus here. Now the hint that you'll be getting two values, more than one value of k, is in the question itself. Look here, it's written value or values. Okay, write the value of cot square theta minus 1 by sine square theta. This is question number 3, one of the options for question number 3. So okay, so cot square theta minus 1 by sine square theta will be equal to what? Cot square theta, can we write 1 by sine square theta as cosec square theta? Why? Because 1 by sine theta is nothing but cosec theta. Now we know that cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equal to what? Is equal to 1. That's a standard result, right? So what we'll do is we'll take minus 1 common here, so we can write it as cosec square theta minus cot square theta. And what is this? This is 1, and there's a minus outside, so it'll be minus 1. So this is the answer. This is just rough work. Second option for question 3. If sine theta equal to cos theta, then find the value of 2 tan theta plus cos square theta. So okay, so sine theta equal to cos theta. For theta equal to 45 degrees, we know that sine theta equal to cos theta equal to 1 by root 2. So let's substitute theta equal to 45 degrees here in this expression that we want to calculate, and then we'll find the value, right? So therefore we can say theta is 45 degrees. So therefore tan theta will be what? Tan 45 degrees, which will be 1, and cos theta will be what? Cos 45 degrees equal to 1 by root 2. So therefore this is the expression whose value we want to calculate. 2 tan theta plus cos square theta will be equal to, tan theta is what? 1, so 2 into 1 plus cos square theta. Cos theta is how much? 1 by root 2, so we'll do 1 by root 2. Because it's cos square theta, we'll square it up. So 2 plus half, that's 2.5 or 5 by 2, right? Question 4. Okay, so if nth term of an AP is 2n plus 1, what is the sum of its first 3 terms? So let's say the terms are A1, A2, A3 and so on. Fine. Now what is an given to be? An is 2n plus 1, right? So can we find the first term A1? We just need to substitute n equal to 1 here. So A1 will be 2 into 1 plus 1 equal to 3. What will be A2? Put n equal to 2 in 1. So you'll get 2 into n plus 1. So this will be 5. A3 you can write directly because this is an AP. This is 3. The first term is 3. The second term is 5. The third term will be 7. But even if you put n equal to 3 in equation 1, so you'll get 2n plus 1 equal to 7. Now what do we need to find? We need to find the sum of its first 3 terms, that is A1 plus A2 plus A3. Therefore A1 plus A2 plus A3 will be equal to 3 plus 5 plus 7 equal to 15. Let's come to the next question, which is question 5. In figure, if AD equal to 6 centimeters, DB equal to 9 centimeters, AE equal to 8 centimeters, and EC equal to 12 centimeters, and angle ADE is 48 degrees. We need to find the value of angle ABC. Okay, so do you notice something? This is 6 and this is 9, right? So if we take the ratio AD by DB, we get 6 by 9, which is 2 by 3. And if we take the ratio AE is to EC, or AE by EC, we get 8 by 12, which is again 2 by 3. So they are equal, which means we can use one of the theorems we have learned. Let's see. So AD by DB is equal to what? 6 centimeters by 9 centimeters equal to 2 by 3. Let's call it 1. And what is AE by EC? Is 8 centimeters by 12 centimeters, which is again 2 by 3. From 1 and 2, we can say that AD by DB will be equal to AE by EC, which means that DE will be parallel to BC. This DE will be parallel to BC. Why? Converse of Thales theorem. Fine. Which means, now see, D is parallel to BC. Now angle AD is given to be 48 degrees. So what will angle ABC be? Angle ABC, which we want to find, will be equal to angle ADE equal to 48 degrees. Why? Because they will be corresponding angles. Angle ADE and ABC are corresponding angles because D is parallel to BC, and if you take AB as the transversal, they'll be corresponding angles and hence they'll be equal. Okay, question 6. After how many decimal places will the decimal expansion of 23 divided by 2 to the power 4 into 5 to the power 3 terminate? Okay. So we have 23 by 2 to the power 4 into 5 cube. Now what I am going to do is, now this is 2 to the power 4. I can write it as 2 into 2 cube, right? And into 5 cube. That remains as it is, equal to 23 by 2 into, can I club these two? So I'll say, can I write it as this, right? So that'll be 23 by 2. I'm clubbing 23 and 2 together now, and here I've got 2 into 5 is 10 to the power 3. 23 by 2 is what? 11.5, right? And here 10 cube is 1000. So this will be 0.0115. So after how many places does the decimal expansion terminate? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore the decimal expansion will terminate after 4 decimal places, right? Question 7. This is one of the options, the first option for question 7. Okay. The HCF and LCM of two numbers are 9 and 360 respectively. If one number is 45, find the other number. Now we know that HCF into LCM will be equal to what? product of two numbers. Right? Product of two numbers is equal to their HCF into their LCM. Now this means HCF is given to be what? 9. LCM is given to be what? 360, equal to one number is 45. What will be the other number? Let's call it A. We'll say the other number, the unknown number, is equal to A. We can say that. Okay. What will be A now? A will be 9 into 360. This 45 goes down there, so it will be this, or A equal to 9 1 times 5 times, now 5 1 572 times. A equal to 72, which is the answer. Okay, next up is the second option for question number 7. Show that 7 minus root 5 is irrational, given that root 5 is irrational. Now see, in this question what we are going to do is we are going to assume that 7 minus root 5 is rational, and then if you are able to come to a contradiction, then it would mean that our assumption was wrong and that 7 minus root 5 is irrational. So we are going to say let 7 minus root 5 be rational. Therefore, can we write 7 minus root 5 as p by q? That's the standard definition of a rational number, right? We can write it in the form of p by q, where p and q are co-prime numbers and q is not equal to 0. Now let's calculate root 5 from this. So 7 minus p by q will be equal to root 5. I shifted this minus root 5 to the RHS, it became plus root 5. And I also shifted this p by q to the LHS, it became minus p by q. Then we take LCM as q, we'll get 7q minus p by q equal to root 5. Now clearly 7q minus p by q is rational, because p and q are co-prime numbers and q is not equal to 0. So 7q minus p by q is rational, which should imply that root 5 should be what? Rational, because root 5 is equal to 7q minus p by q. But what is given? It is given that root 5 is irrational, but root 5 is irrational, right? That is what is given. Therefore, our assumption is wrong, because we arrived at a contradiction. This is a contradiction, right? This and this, right? So therefore our assumption is wrong. Hence 7 minus root 5 is irrational. Understood? First option for question 8. Find the 20th term from the last term of the AP 3, 8, 13 to 53. Now see, given AP is 3, 8, 13 to 53. What is the common difference of this AP? Let's call it 1. This is the first AP. What is the common difference D1 of this AP? That's 8 minus 3 equal to 5. Now we need to find the 20th term from the last term of this AP. So what we are going to do is we are going to invert the AP. So we are going to start writing the AP from 253 onwards, and we are going to reach the last term 3. So let us write the AP1 in reverse order. Why am I doing this? See, I need 20th term from the last term. So if I invert this AP, the given AP, what will happen is I'll then find the 20th term from the start, right? So 20th term from the last term of AP1 will be the 20th term from the start of AP2, the new AP, which we get by inverting the AP1. So new AP becomes 253 13 8 3. Clear? Now for this new AP, let's call it AP2. What will be the common difference? Common difference here of this AP will be negative of this common difference D1, because it's written in reverse order. Or you just take this one from these two terms, from last two terms, you can find the common difference. That will be -5. Now see, we need to find the 20th term from the start of this AP, right? So A20, AN is what? AN is A1 plus N minus 1 into D, right? So using this, A20 will be what? A1. We are considering this AP, AP2. So the first term is 253 plus N will be equal to what? N will be equal to 20, because we are finding the 20th term. Minus 1 into D is what? -5. Or A20 will be equal to 253 plus 19 into -5 equal to 253 minus 95. That will be equal to 253 minus 100 is 153, but we just have to subtract 95, so we'll add 5. 158 is the answer. This brings us to the second option for question 8. If 7 times the 7th term of an AP is equal to 11 times its 11th term, then find its 18th term. Okay, so we know that AN is equal to what? The nth term of an AP is equal to what? The first term A1 plus N minus 1 into D. So let's substitute. So 7 times 7th term, let's find A7 first. A7 will be equal to what? A1 plus N will be equal to 7 minus 1 into D, or A7 will be equal to A1 plus 60. Let's call it 1. We might need this information. Okay, now we'll find the 11th term. A11 will be equal to what? We'll put N equal to 11 here, right? So A1 plus 11 minus 1 into D, which means A11 equal to A1 plus 10D. Let's call it 2. Now what is given from the question? From the question, 7 times the 7th term, that is A7, is equal to 11 times its 11th term, right? Or 7 into A7 is what? A1 plus 6D equal to 11 times A11 is what? A1 plus 10D, or 7A1 plus 42D equal to 11A1 plus 110d. Let's continue this side. So let's take all the terms on one side. So this means 11a1 minus 7a1 plus 110d minus 42d is equal to 0. What I did was I shifted both these terms from LHS to RHS. That would mean 4 times a1 plus 110 minus 40 is 70 and 2 more, so 68d will be equal to 0, which means now 4 you can divide throughout by 4, so you'll get a1 plus 68 divided by 4 will be 17 equal to 0. Let's call it 3. Now find its 18th term. Let's see what A18 is. A18 is, we'll put n equal to 18 here in this, so a1 plus n minus 1 into d equal to a1 plus 17d, which will be equal to 0. Why? From 3, because a1 plus 17d is 0, so 0 is the answer. Question 9. Find the coordinates of the point P which divides the join of A minus 2, 5 and B 3 minus 5 in the ratio 2:3. The given points are A minus 2, 5 and B 3 minus 5. We need to find P. Let's call the ratio as m is to n. So m is to n is given to be 2:3. Now any point which divides the join of 2 points A, B in the ratio m is to n is given by, the coordinates of that point are given by mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n and my2 plus ny1 by m plus n, right? So we are going to use this result here. So therefore P will be, let's say the x coordinate of P will be mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, which will be 2 plus 3 equal to 6 minus 6 by 5, that will be equal to 0. What about py? The y coordinate of P would be given by my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n, which will be equal to what? Minus 10 plus 15 by 5. This will be equal to 5 by 5 equal to 1. So therefore the coordinates of P will be given by 0, 1. Next question, question 10. A card is drawn at random from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability of getting neither a red card nor a queen card. So for this question, what we are going to do is we are going to find the probability of getting a red card or a queen card, and then we'll subtract it from 1 to get the probability of getting neither a red card nor a queen. So let's solve it. So total number of cards, total number of red cards is how many? 26. Total number of queens is how many? 4. Number of red queens is 2. number of black queens is also 2. Now this 2 has already been counted in these 26 cards, so but then we have not counted these 2 queen cards, so probability of getting a red or a queen card will be what? In the denominator it will be 52, and in the numerator it will be 26 plus 2, that will be equal to 28 by 52. Because we have OR here, so we add the events, right? So the event of getting either a red card or a queen card, so we add. Now why we did not count this 2 here, we did not add this 2 here, why? Because these red queens are already counted in these 26 cards, but these black queens, 2 black queens were not counted, and we need that in the event, right, as an option. So we are going to add this 2 to this 26, so you'll get 28 by 52. Now therefore probability of getting neither a red card or nor a queen will be what? 1 minus the probability that we get those 2 cards, either of the 2 cards. So that will be equal to 52 minus 28 by 52, that will be 4 to 24 by 52, which will be 4 13, 6 by 13 is the answer. Next question, question 11, again from probability. 2 dice are thrown at the same time and the product of numbers appearing on them is noted. Find the probability that the product is a prime number. Now when 2 dice are rolled, what is the sample space? Sample space would be something like this: 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6. Then again with 2, first die has 2, the second has 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4, so on, then 3 1, and so on, then 4 1, so on, 5 1, so on, 6 1, so on. So we'll get a total of 36 options. That forms the sample space, the number of elements in the sample space. So that's 36. What will any be? Let's find the event first. Event of getting the product of numbers as a prime number. So this is one option, 1 2, because 2 is a prime number. Okay, so let's write it this way. So 1 2. So if 1 2 is an option, 2 1 will also be a part of the event. Then again 1 3, because 3 is another prime number, right? So 3 1. Then 1 5, because 1 5 is there, 5 1 can also be there, right? So out of these 36 options, you can write and check, you'll only get these 6 options, right? Because any other product, any other option you take and you take the product of the 2 numbers, it will not be a prime number, right? So what is NE? NE is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. So therefore required probability will be equal to what? NE by NS, that will be equal to 6 by 36 equal to 1 by 6. Next question, question 12. For what value of p will the following pair of linear equations have infinitely many solutions? So given equations are p minus 3 times x plus 3y equal to p, which is 1, and then px plus py equal to 12, which is equation 2. Now for 1 and 2 to have infinite solutions, what is the condition? The condition is p minus 3 by p should be equal to 3 by p should be equal to p by 12. Now let's call this as 1, this is 2, this is 3. Now from 1 and 2, p minus 3 by p equal to 3 by p. Now one thing to note here is do not cancel these p's in the denominator. Why? Because p could be equal to 0, and if p is equal to 0, then you lose that result. If you cancel it, p equal to 0, even if it's a result that gets eliminated, right? So we are not sure whether p is equal to 0 or not equal to 0. When we are not sure, we do not cancel it. So we are going to cross multiply, so we'll get p into p minus 3 equal to 3p, or p square minus 3p equal to 3p. Now take all the terms to the left hand side, so we'll get p square minus 3p minus 3p will be as equal to 0, or p square minus 6p equal to 0, or take p common, p minus 6 equal to 0, or p equal to 0, or p minus 6 equal to 0, right? Or p equal to 0 or plus 6, right? Let's call it 3. Okay, now again from 2 and 3, here this is 2, this is 3. From 2 and 3, 3 by p should be equal to p by 12, or this cross multiply, so 3 into 12 should be equal to p square, or p square equal to 36, which means p equal to plus minus 6. Let's call it 4. So from 3 and 4, what is the common value of p? P equal to 6. Here we have 0 and 6, here we have 6 and minus 6, so 6 is the common value, so p equal to 6 will be the answer.